Warhawk Nation. Good afternoon and good morning. So we're actually not coming to you live today because we will be hosting an event tomorrow with a significant number of our community partners from across the San Antonio area. So we're filming this event Thursday afternoon, but we will be playing for it, as you probably are noticing, on Friday in our normal scheduled spot. And so the theme of this week, for Warhawk Nation has really been professional development. Chief and I have spent a number of hours this week focusing on that very thing with a number of our award nominees across the wing. And so we're really excited to host our team across the wing that is singularly focused on this effort, professional development. And so I'm excited. I'll tee it up to you guys to introduce yourselves and talk about everything that you're doing to support our folks.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. So we're here today just because we've been able to make a lot of traction on the Warhawk University, which is the 37th Training Wing's Training and Development Council. And that started it was conceived in fall of last year, right, as a way to sort of fulfill one of our main priorities in the Warhawk way, right, which is people, and ensuring that everyone feels that they have the growth and development opportunities they need and want. So the council, the Warhawk University Council, sort of behind the scenes, consists of volunteers from every unit inside the wing, civilian and military, which is a really unique opportunity. It's really great for us to kind of come together in that capacity. We've broken up into 4 separate teams to kind of look at the LOEs and figure out how best to provide training and development opportunities to our Warhawks. And what we feel like we've done here is created this really successful hub or receptacle for all of the different training going on. That's kind of the heart of Warhawk University's mission, is to take advantage, to really sort of collect all of the great training that's already happening across the wing and just making sure that we're spreading it around, that we get max return on investment, right? That just because you're not in the unit that's providing the training, that you can still benefit or grow from it. So that's kind of been our driving force, our mission going forward. And we've come up with some really great, easy ways to do that some of my colleagues will talk about. We've also got some, we're really impressed too with, we think the plan is a good one, because rather than just sort of decide from the top what everyone needs, we've set aside a team to develop a survey tool. And so that survey tool is targeted toward the total force population, right? All 2.7 thousand, however many Warhawks we have. And they can kind of feed to us what those wants and needs are. We won't actually be creating new training, right? That's a little outside of our purview, but we're confident that throughout the wing, and also as we reach out to our partners across San Antonio, that we'll be able to sort of provide a pretty wide breadth of opportunities for people. So that's kind of the drive. And again, we're just really, really glad to be able to be a part of that and to be able to sort of actualize that piece of the strap line.
You guys want to tell them who you are?
It's okay, I skipped over it too.
Yeah, sorry, so my name is Deutsch, and I'm with the Defense Language Institute English Language Center, DLIELC, and I'm an overseas program manager. So outside of COVID conditions, I'm usually the person downrange trying to help our partners develop their English language capabilities so they can train with us and partner for global security.
I am Staff Sergeant Ryan Jette. I'm the Unit Training Manager at the 343rd Security Forces Academy.
I'm Captain Ford. I'm the officer in charge in the apprentice course in the 343rd Training Squadron.
Gentlemen, sir. My name is Javier Peraffan. I'm the IMSO, the International Military Student Officer for the Inter-American Air Forces Academy, IAAFA, and I pretty much take care of all of our international students when they come to our academy and take care of them while they're here.
Warhawk Nation, now you know.
If I may, one of the things that I want to piggyback on what Aaron just said, one of the great opportunities that this council provides is that it's open to everybody, not only active duty personnel or personnel in uniforms, whether they're enlisted or officers. It is open for spouses. It is open for dependents. It is open for civilians. Sometimes the career paths for military are a little better defined than for other personnel like civilians. And I think that this is gonna be able to open up those doors and provide that information, or at least the avenues for different personnel across the base, to get that training and to see pretty much a path on how to get from point A to point B.
And I'll just piggyback off of that as well, since you kind of teed it up nicely for me. So the way that we have decided to distribute all of these opportunities to all the people you just mentioned is through a platform that's called Team Up, and we have created a QR code and everything. It's on the, it's going to be in the Hawk Talks. It's going to be, we're going to have some flyers and stuff all over base. Should be easy to get to, but you just scan that QR code and it'll bring you right to the Team Up page, which is essentially a calendar, which will be populated with the different training opportunities that we're going to be collecting and distributing, and you'll be able to, even for some of them, sign up directly from there.
The only thing I'll add is, we as a wing council can do a lot, but we can't do everything that we need to do without the support of our group council. So each training group is going to have their own group council, whether it's the 37, whether it's DLI, whether we're talking about IAAFA, 737. And those councils are really going to be feeding the needs and wants of the members within that group up to the wing, so that we can make sure we're getting the right training out to people, and also giving us ideas and feedback on what courses we're offering, if it's beneficial, if we're offering them at the right time, so that people aren't having to choose between coming to work and going to get professionally developed. So if you want to reach out and be part of those group councils, look for information in the upcoming Hawk Talks on how to get a hold of your group council reps.
Thanks, Hub Forward. And as we know, I mean, I love that you ended with the time, right? Because that is always usually the conflict of, do I do my job, or and not that we were saying don't do your job, go do that, right? It's not always an either or, but wanting to empower you to go to that training. That's one of the reasons why Colonel Wilson isn't with us this week, is because he's at a professional development course, because it's that important to him. And so, and just like Chief and I spent, again, several hours this week, because it's important to our team to give back. And so we're trying to lead ourselves, by example. And so really appreciate what the team is doing to make sure that people have access and people have knowledge to make those kind of decisions. So thank you all for being with us.
Thank you. And we have a lot of parents that tune in every week to this, to Freeform Friday. And folks, what I can tell you, this is what your son and your daughter is part of. When they join the Air and Space Forces, we care a lot, and we invest a lot in making our airmen and our guardians better than us. And that's part of that, is sharing our story. It's sharing our experiences. It's telling them where we went right, where we went, could have done better, in effort that they don't repeat the same mistakes, that they learn from us, and that they, on the military side, for all of us wearing this uniform, that we are a lethal, fit, ready workforce, ready to go do our nation's business, wherever that may be, whenever that may be. And obviously our civilian counterparts are very much part of that. And our dependents and spouses, I love that y'all have taken this holistic approach with this council, because everything we do in the military is a team sport, right? And sometimes I think some of our teammates on the home front get left out of the equation, right? We work together. We see ourselves a lot every day. Our military and our civilian workforce, we work together every day. We spend most of our waking hours together, but we forget that we've got teammates at home as well that can really benefit from some of this as well. So I love it. I think it's great work that you're doing. I'm very excited to see where this council goes, and to even march alongside of y'all. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Chief, I think we've got a lot of big news coming out of the Air Force, as seems like has become a standard lately. Again, we have this culture of innovation in our Air Force, and we're not satisfied, and so we're always updating things. So Chief, I would love to hear everything you've collected.
I'm going to talk about the two favorite topics that are on every airman's mind, right? Training and PT. We love it. We can't get enough of it. Okay. I am expecting some thumbs up or some smiley faces or something to, the Facebook crowd. This. Yeah. All right. So first thing I wanted to share is there's been some uniform updates coming. They're going to be effective 15 March. One of the notable ones is the PT uniform. It's going to be nicer. It looks about the same, right? Still the blue and the silver. It got the reflective pieces, but it's breathable. It's something like you might go to, you know, off-base clothing store and, you know, buy it to go do your workouts and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. But there's also there's a lot of changes in there. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but some other notables that you might want to pay attention to, like maintainers can wear shorts on the flight line. That's a big change. And that's about the only two that I wrote down. So I really want to encourage y'all to you know, check out the links, and as well as, you know, for all the military service members, you know, and it's posted on EPUBs.
I got your back, Chief. There's occupational.
Oh, the duty badges.
Occupational badges.
Yes, you get to wear
Yeah.
some more bling on the Velcro.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
And I think there's a couple more to like glass frame colors and bags, and so again, all that to say is just like any good airman would, check out the reg. I think the changes as I read, I think take effect about 15 March. And so stay tuned for what new freedoms you have as it comes to uniform wear. So.
And I'll go ahead.
If I might, I wasn't expecting to talk about this while I was here, but I was actually one of the test participants for the new PT gear. And I can say that it is actually very nice. It's quite an upgrade from what we currently have. Not that what we don't have is not nice, but it's a little dated. Very nice materials, comfortable. So I think everybody should be very excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm excited about it. I've been in the Air Force 25 years. I remember when we had the gray shorts. So every step that we take with the uniform evolving, man, it's awesome stuff. So, hey, I'm not done talking about PT. So this is real hot off the press, and it kind of made me eat my words a little bit too, but I'm good with it. So the Air Force is going to extend the delay, the PT test delay to 1 July. So we're pushing that a little bit further right, and the standards are going to change a little bit too. At least the scoring will. I think most of the force is tracking. We're not going to do abdominal circumference anymore as part of the fitness test. It will probably be done more towards with your PCM, right, as part of your medical piece. But with that, you know, that shifts the scoring a little bit. So the Air Force is looking at that. The new scoring, all I want to tell you is that new scoring will be available in June. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. That's really hadn't hit the press yet. But PT test extended or delayed until 1 July, and new scoring in June. I did want to take the time as your command chief to just remind folks, if you were in this, that continue to focus on your readiness, right? I think this is good, right? We're gearing towards 1 April of getting back out there and taking our official fitness assessments. You got 3 more months, so maybe use this as a tune-up, right? If you're ready for 1 April, great. So don't lose that. Don't have to start all over again, and you know, continue that progress that we've made. It's been a little while since we had to get out there under the clock and do it. So. All right, so I'm going to transition off the PT topic now and talk about everybody's second favorite topic, and that's training, and specifically that 4-letter word called ADLS. We are actually going to be transitioning Air Force-wide from ADLS to a system called myLearning, and that's supposed to take place on the 18th of March. So that's a big change for our force and as well. I want to recommend to you as well, again, I've been in the Air Force 25 years. I make a copy of everything. So make a copy of your transcript, you know, download that sometime over the next 2 weeks, put that on your desktop or print it out if you're old school, whatever. But just, you shouldn't need it, but it's just in case. Back over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Chock full of goodness. Lots of good changes ahead for the team. Again, we know we're not live, and so you're not hitting us with questions on the fly, but we did receive some questions, I think, throughout the last week that we know are on your minds. And so I'll go over a couple of things that were passed by the team. One question we got in was, hey, teleworking's been great, right? I've got a lot of personal things I got to juggle, and this has just given me so much flexibility in my ability to attack personal and professional challenges. Is that going to continue for the future? So you would love if I said yes, right? And I will just put an asterisk. You know, team, there's a ton of things that we have executed and really initiated during COVID, right? And there's a lot of improvements and innovations that we were like, man, why have we not been doing this already? And so we really do hope a number of those things will continue. But what I can't do is guarantee what each member of our wing will have the freedoms to do and how they will execute. I think, again, I would encourage folks to work with their supervisors and figure out what makes the most sense for each mission area. And certainly those professional and personal challenges you're working through. But by and large, man, yeah, Chief, I know there's a ton of things that we do not want to change back to. And so we look forward to walking through. I know we're chewing on some things, you know, every day about, hey, we like that, we don't want to change, or there's room for additional innovation. And so thanks for the question. And again, I encourage everybody to talk with their supervisor about what's the right thing for your specific job and your function in the wing. All right, another thing, and we know that is hot on the minds of many of our folks, specifically our families out there, is what's the change within Texas? Everybody heard it earlier this week. Governor Abbott made a policy update and really opening up the state. But a reminder, even though we changed just a couple days ago into HPCon Bravo Plus across the Joint Base San Antonio area, we do work on federal property, all right? And so there are still responsibilities and requirements for us to mask up on base. And so those things will continue. We certainly will provide updates. We know our audience is very interested, and again, we'll get those updates as we have, but that is the policy right now. Again, a lot of these things, whether they're coming in live via this platform or through our Warhawk solutions, we just want to thank folks for feedback, right? Quite honestly, we love having dialogues face to face for those people that we can't engage with. We love that you hit us up online. Again, our Warhawk Solutions website, as well as the QR code, if you want to be anonymous. And again, we're not looking just for concerns or feedback, but also ideas and innovations. And so please, just another pitch to use that tool, because we really want to hear from you, and we really want to make things better across our way. So again, I'll just leave it kind of as we started, talking about development, and really thanking our awards committee. Later tomorrow, today, as you watch this, we'll be celebrating really our entire wing. We'll be celebrating specifically our group nominees for our annual awards, but they just serve as an example of all the Herculean efforts that have happened across the last year, across Warhawk Nation. We'll be zooming in with a number of family members across the community about 1 o'clock. And then of course, we want you to know, we'll post the names afterwards so you can celebrate alongside us. So that's all I've got. Chief, any closing comments for the week?
All right, the theme of our annual awards, right? I can't find a more fitting phrase, right? Fight through. And my goodness, 2020, you know, this team, and again, let's remember the families on the home front as well, our dependents, our spouses, and our spouses and our children serve, you know, and I don't, military or civilian, you know, truly serve our great nation. So thank you for everything that we've accomplished as a team, and you know, man, 2021, it hadn't let up, but we're still fighting through. But I'm proud of y'all. I'm honored to serve with you. Cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, gentlemen, for joining us. Thanks for everything you're doing to try to develop those around you and our entire wing. And with that, we're out, right? Warhawks, train to win.